The gunshot tears through the jungle canopy like thunder. 3-month-old Maya freezes, her spotted coat pressed against the moss-covered tree root. She watches her mother, the most powerful creature she's ever known, stagger. Fall. Go still. She waits. Her mother always gets up. Always. But not this time. 2 days pass. Maya hasn't moved from her mother's side except to drink from a nearby stream. Her ribs begin to show. Her mewling grows weaker. The jungle that once felt like a fortress now feels like a tomb closing in around her. On the third morning, survival instinct overrides grief. Maya stumbles north, away from the thick undergrowth where her mother's scent still lingers. She doesn't know where she's going. She only knows she cannot stay. The terrain shifts beneath her failing paws. Trees thin. Air turns cold. Everything here is wrong, sharp rocks instead of soft earth, biting wind instead of humid warmth. Maya's legs give out beside a half-frozen stream. She collapses into the snow, her golden eyes sliding shut. This is where she'll die. Then she hears them. Paws crunching through ice. Low growls vibrating through the ground. Maya forces her eyes open. 6 wolves circle her, their gray forms massive against the white landscape. Their lips curl back, revealing teeth that could crush her skull. She should run. She can't. She's too weak even for fear. The largest wolf, a female with silver-tipped fur and amber eyes, steps forward. The others tense, ready to strike. But the silver wolf does something unexpected. She lowers her head and sniffs. Maya stares up at her. In those amber eyes, she sees something familiar. Something broken. The wolf's belly is swollen with milk, but there are no pups trailing behind her. Only the scent of recent loss. The pack growls warnings. The silver wolf ignores them. She gently grasps Maya by the scruff of her neck, the way a mother carries a cub, and begins walking toward the distant tree line. The other wolves follow, their objections echoing through the mountains. Maya dangles from the wolf's jaws, too exhausted to process what's happening. She knows only this: she is moving away from death. And in the silver wolf's grip, she feels something she hasn't felt since the gunshot. Safe. Maya's jaw clamps down on Storm's neck before she realizes what she's done. The wolf pup yelps and scrambles backward, blood trickling from the puncture wounds. The den erupts. Ash and River bare their teeth. Luna rushes between them, a warning growl rumbling from her chest. Maya doesn't understand. They were playing. Weren't they? She tries to purr an apology, but the sound comes out wrong, a guttural chuff that makes the pups retreat further. Everything she does is wrong here. Her claws that won't retract. Her inability to howl. The way she instinctively stalks low and alone when the others move as a coordinated unit. Luna approaches slowly, deliberately. She licks the blood from Storm's wound, then turns to Maya. For a terrifying moment, Maya thinks she'll be cast out. Abandoned again. Instead, Luna presses her forehead to Maya's and releases a soft whine. Gentle. Patient. Learn, it seems to say. Try again. Days blur into weeks. Maya watches everything. The way River tilts his head to signal playfulness. How Ash's raised hackles mean real danger, not a game. The specific bark Luna uses that means, come now versus, come when ready. She practices constantly. When Storm wrestles with Ash, Maya holds back her powerful bite, using only enough pressure to engage, never enough to harm. When River howls at dusk, Maya tries to join, her Jaguar's roar morphing into something almost wolf-like. Almost. The pups begin to accept her. Storm nips at her spotted ears. River curls against her at night, stealing her warmth. Ash brings her scraps from Luna's kills, a peace offering. But Shadow, the massive black alpha male, never comes close. He watches from the den's entrance, his yellow eyes tracking Maya's every movement. She feels his doubt like a weight on her shoulders. One morning, she wakes to find him sitting directly over her, studying her as she sleeps among his pups. Their eyes meet. Maya doesn't look away. She can't speak wolf, but she tries to communicate the only way she knows, by pressing her head down in submission, by showing him she knows her place. Shadow holds her gaze for an eternity. Then, slowly, he lowers his head and touches his nose to hers. Not acceptance. Not yet. But a chance. The elk is 60 yards away. Maya's entire body screams at her to break formation. She watches the pack spread out, Storm flanking left, Ash right, Luna and River pushing from behind. Shadow's signal is clear: hold position, wait for the drive, close the trap together. But Maya's Jaguar blood burns hot. The elk's throat is exposed. One explosive sprint. One crushing bite. It's right there. She lunges. The elk bolts left, exactly where Storm should have been. But Storm is scattered, the formation broken, and the entire herd vanishes into the tree line like smoke. Silence. Maya stands alone in the snow, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The pack emerges from the woods one by one, their ribs showing through winter coats. They needed this kill. Pups are starving. And she destroyed it. That night, Maya lies apart from the others. She doesn't deserve their warmth. The pack huddles together, hollow-bellied and silent. No one approaches her. Not even Luna. She's failed them. Maybe Shadow was right to doubt her. Maybe she'll never be anything but a liability. Heavy paws crunch through snow behind her. Shadow. Maya braces for his anger, for banishment. Instead, the massive alpha lowers himself beside her. He doesn't speak, wolves don't need words. He simply places his head across her shoulders, his weight both restraint and comfort. Different, his gesture seems to say. Not wrong. The next morning, Shadow positions everyone differently. He places Maya in the rocky ravine where the deer trails converge. Storm and Ash will drive from the east. Luna and River from the west. Maya crouches in the shadows, invisible against the stones. Her muscles coil. This time, she doesn't fight her instincts, she waits for them to align with the pack's needs. The elk thunders into the ravine, panicked by the wolves' coordinated drive. Maya explodes from cover. Her claws find purchase. Her jaws close around the elk's throat with the crushing force only a jaguar possesses. The kill is instant. Perfect. The pack descends as one, their howls of triumph echoing off the canyon walls. Shadow approaches and presses his forehead to Maya's, blood still warm on her muzzle. She is pack. She is different. She is exactly what they need. River's blood stains the snow crimson. The young wolf drags himself into the den, his shoulder torn open by rival fangs. Luna presses against the wound while Storm and Ash pace frantically. The message is clear: Fang's pack is coming for their territory. Shadow stands at the den's entrance, calculating impossible odds. Fang has 12 wolves. Shadow has 5, and 3 are barely grown. A direct fight means death. Maya watches Shadow's shoulders sag with the weight of retreat. No. That night, Maya slips into the darkness alone. Luna's desperate howl chases her into the trees, but Maya doesn't look back. Wolves fight as packs. Jaguars fight as ghosts. She finds Fang's temporary camp at the northern boundary. 12 wolves sleep in a tight circle, confident in their numbers. Maya's eyes gleam in the shadows. She doesn't attack. She haunts. A tree branch snaps above them. Wolves jolt awake to see golden eyes vanishing into blackness. When they investigate, they find claw marks gouged deep into the trunk, higher than any wolf could reach, deeper than any wolf could cut. The next night, Maya drags a fresh-killed mountain goat to their den entrance. The throat is crushed with surgical precision. She leaves it there. A demonstration. On the third night, she circles their camp for hours, letting them hear her movements, catch her scent, glimpse her spotted coat weaving through the darkness. She is everywhere and nowhere. Unstoppable. Fang's wolves grow paranoid. Sleep-deprived. They snap at each other. By dawn, they're gone. Maya returns to find Shadow waiting. He says nothing. He doesn't need to. He simply turns and walks back to the den, and for the first time, Maya walks beside him as an equal. The spotted wolf had become their guardian. Maya stands at the territory's edge, her muscles coiled for departure. She's 2 years old now, fully grown, powerful, magnificent. Every instinct screams at her to leave, to claim her own territory, to live as jaguars have lived for millennia. Alone. Behind her, The pack sleeps. Storm has his own mate now. Ash leads hunts with confidence. River's shoulder healed crooked, but he runs fast enough. They don't need her anymore. Maya takes one step forward. Then another. A weak howl pierces the dawn, Luna's voice, but fractured. Wrong. Maya spins and races back to the den. Luna lies in the darkness, her breathing shallow, her body burning with fever. Shadow presses against her, helpless. The pups, now grown, circle anxiously. Winter is coming early. The pack can't afford to lose their matriarch. Not now. Maya doesn't hesitate. She disappears into the forest and returns hours later dragging a young deer, killed with the efficiency only she possesses. While Shadow and the others rest, Maya hunts. And hunts. And hunts. She teaches Storm to ambush from above, using rock ledges they'd always ignored. She shows Ash how to read prey differently, how to identify the weakest with a jaguar's precision. When River struggles with his injured shoulder, Maya demonstrates how to compensate with explosive power instead of endurance. The wolves learn. Adapt. Thrive. Luna recovers slowly, and one evening she finds Maya staring toward the southern mountains, toward Jaguar country. Luna presses her graying muzzle to Maya's spotted coat. A question. Maya turns away from the mountains. She curls beside Luna, Storm, Ash, River, and Shadow. Her family. Not by blood, but by choice. The spotted wolf closes her eyes as the pack's warmth surrounds her. She is home.